Hi there.
Hey everyone.
Aloha.
Hi, also known as. Congratulations on 30 years.
Happy birthday, also known as. Happy 30th birthday, also known as.
Thank you, also known as, for 30 fantastic years.
This moment feels especially meaningful.
I would like to take a moment to honor our founding members. Thank you so much for taking the time to create, aka 30 years ago. We would not be here without you.
I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who has contributed to this amazing organization and community.
A huge congratulations to both the current board and the 30th anniversary planning committee for a job well done. I hope everybody has a wonderful time.
That legacy of 30 years and, a true testament to the tireless work that folks before me have put in and for me to continue to carry forward.
I'm so appreciative and inspired by those who have really paved the path for the past 30 years. And so thank you to all of you for being here. And I cannot wait for this whole weekend of celebration as we continue the trajectory into the future.
Also known as is an integral part of my journey and arose from my own exploration of being adopted. I realized that the conflict I felt in my identity and feeling like I didn't fit in was not personal, that it was actually societal. Because of racial stereotypes, I was forced to choose a racial box even though it didn't fit with my lived experience. And then I realized that I didn't have to fit myself into a box, and that the question, who am I, can also be answered by our declaration, who I am. 2 years after graduating from college, I had the chance to participate in a leadership program where I was invited to create a project in my community. I was living in New York City at the time and was hearing many news stories of children being adopted from mainland China. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's a whole new generation of people who are going to be growing up in families like mine. So I decided my project would be to create a mentorship program for this generation of intercountry adoptees, where they could be mentored by people like me who had already been navigating this life. I knew I was not the only person who felt caught between worlds, walking on a fence between identities, and I wanted the next generation of adoptees to know they were not alone. I had no plans to start an organization when I was 24, but the universe guided me to an incredible group of founding members who took this work beyond what I could have ever imagined was possible. The name of the organization, also known as, is a reminder that you get to choose the meaning you make of the life you have been given.
If you know me, you may know me as a former board member or a former president. I also co-founded the Teen Mentorship Program, but I was actually also one of the original mentees in the 1996 inaugural mentorship program for also known as. I did rejoin the organization in 2002, and then I joined the board in 2004. What's remarkable is it's 30 years of the organization providing a safe space, the opportunities to engage with and learn from fellow adoptees. It's 30 years of growth as an organization, from a time when the adult adoptee voice was largely excluded from conversations, to now with also known as being recognized and respected, and for sharing some of the diversity that is the adult adoptee experience. Beyond just shared camaraderie, it's also, some truly special friendships that have evolved because of commonalities and differences.
I remember back in 1996 meeting Hollee McGinnis as she created this vision of what also known as was going to be. And when I think about that time, I think about all the hours of board meetings and board retreats. We worked hard, we played hard, and there was always a lot of laughter. Even as we have come into more awareness of our adoption story, both the traumatic, the challenging, and the hard, as well as the things that we've accomplished, I think about our joy, actually. It's pretty radical to think about our lives in the context of laughter and joy. I actually am so heartened to think about the way also known as has evolved over the last 30 years. And still looking at your social media feed and looking at the ways in which the new organizational leaders are taking the mantle of this organization, there still remains a lot of laughter and a lot of joy.
I've been part of also known as since the youth program, probably when I was around 6 or 7. I was on the board for around 4 years. It's been so great to see this community grow and evolve.
I've been involved in also known as since I was 11 years old, and I'm 22 now. So half of my life I have been involved in the adoptee community, immersed into the adoptee community. So just having mentors and other people besides my mom and Tom, love you both, but having a community besides people, in my immediate family growing up to mentor me and just kind of guide me through, middle school, high school, and now college has been something that has been very impactful and very meaningful in my life, and also known as the reason why I think I value my adoptee identity so much.
The organization expanded my world and opened up new possibilities for exploring identity, culture, and community. Also known as showed me that a group of dedicated volunteers could make a meaningful impact and have a lot of fun at the same time. Over the past 30 years, Also Known As has built incredible community infrastructure, not just in the tri-state area, but around the globe. The organization has played a key role in making past and present international gatherings a reality. Through recent programming like the Adoptee Leadership Exchange, Also Known As has helped facilitate stronger connections among diverse adoptee groups.
Also Known As has impacted my cultural identity and my adoptee journey because for the first time in my life, I was able to feel that people understood my experience, they could empathize with me, I wasn't alone in my journey. In 2019, I was part of a committee that launched Also Known As First Adoptee Excellence Scholarship. We were celebrating a high school student graduating and going into college. It was really amazing for us to be able to recognize someone for their contribution to society, their hard work, overcoming obstacles, and also acknowledging their unique identity and vantage point as an international adoptee growing up in America.
I decided to take the leap and return to China for the first time. While the journey was academic in origin, it was profoundly human in impact, and it would not have been possible without AKA, which at that time was running its inaugural year of their Adoptee Excellence Scholarship. What made AKA's support the most meaningful was not the financial assistance, but the fact that my story was reviewed and understood by fellow intercountry adoptees, people who recognized the weight, complexity, and courage behind it. And because of AKA, I also found community.
This community has had my back, always. My first job out of college, I landed through a friend I met through Also Known As. When I lost people and was grieving, friends from Also Known As somehow uniquely knew how to be there for me. In the early days of the coronavirus outbreak, when I was targeted for being Asian and punched, Also Known As a community really rallied around me. I just want to say a really big thank you.
My most remarkable memory was representing AKA at Chonghwa Day, being invited by President Kim Dae-jung. It was the first public acknowledgement of our community by a sitting Korean president. President Kim recognized our struggles and our accomplishments, and he apologized on behalf of Korea for not being able to take care of us and sending us away. When the organization was founded, I was 20 years old and its youngest member. In many ways, I felt like AKA's first mentee, even before the formal program began. Learning from other adoptees who had visited Korea, searched for their birth families, and explored the significance of adoption throughout their lives supported me on my own journey. And it helped me learn how to share that experience with others. I'm deeply grateful for that. The spaces we create together through our shared experiences are meaningful and deeply impactful. Our lives as intercountry adoptees are unique, and without connection, can feel isolated and alone.
With every passing year, every big milestone, I truly find myself in awe of the way that the AKA community has evolved and grown to really meet adoptees where they're at, how the breadth of programming has expanded to meet people of all ages. Some of the most impactful things of my life have been tied to this organization through the mentorship program. The kids that I saw grow up, that came to the program at maybe 7 or 8 years of age and now are on their way to college or have even graduated and beyond. Watching what their trajectory has been and knowing that I had a small part in that really is one of the best things I have done with myself over the years. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I've been able to be a part of it.
30 years of Also Known As community fills my heart with joy and shows how still after all this time, the community remains resilient and adaptable to the members' needs. Recently, I met some of the past team mentorship participants and saw how they've grown into strong, accomplished people living all over the world. And I know for me, having mentors when I was younger made an incredible impact, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do the same. I'm also so thankful for the friendships I've made and kept over my time with Also Known As.
Even though the mission seems very simple, the amount that I've gotten out of the organization has just been incredible, ranging from meaningful conversations that I'm not able to have anywhere else to great friendships, a beautiful community, also so many profound realizations about myself and my own identity. Only a really incredible organization could have given that to me.
The community infrastructure AKA's leaders have built over the last 30 years is truly unmatched. You became the mirror I needed to feel grounded, affirmed, and empowered in my adoptee identity.
Those couple years I served were the best of my life in New York City. I found my people with you guys. I really found myself. I think I never would be the person I am today without going through everything we all went through together and finding each other. It was like the missing puzzle piece of my life.
What I love most about the people in the AKA community is that they are very open to share. They are loving people and fun, and they come with insights through their variety of backgrounds and experiences and stories. And that has helped put words to my own experience in my adoptee journey.
"30 years of Also Known As community and what it means to me. I really think about the continued commitment to supporting adoptees, advocating for their rights, building cultural bridges, and forming community where folks can feel really seen, valued, and heard, and really can feel like they belong. I'm hopeful that this space can continue to be a safe space for people to grow, expand, and discover more parts of themselves. Right now, we have about 200 members over 20 different countries. I'm hopeful that we can continue to build inroads in all these different communities and really empower the community to be part of that change.
My advice to the younger generation is to keep telling your stories. Write your books, sing your songs, make your movies. Let your voices be heard.
Being a part of this community has been the most rewarding experience for my adoptee journey and also my personal journey. This community is great because the people are great. I remember my first board retreat, just being part of all of the adoptee energy and talking about plans for the new year somehow made me want to submit an application to start a birth search. And I remember spiraling upstairs about it and then coming downstairs and feeling like I was in the exact right place. Fast forward to about a year and a half later, I'm experiencing the same things as I'm about to meet my birth family for the first time next month. Having a community of adoptees, especially Vietnamese adoptees, within Also Known As has been such a rewarding experience.
There's just so many ways to be involved. Lead in the ways that work best for you. So whether that be through personal endeavors or social experiences, whatever works for you is what works for the community as well. Just know that whatever it is, you are absolutely not alone in it.
I'm really excited for the future of Also Known As and for the next 30 years. I truly believe that the community and everyone that is involved offers their own unique background stories, and together we are truly driving forward the adoptee narrative and how we want to define our own futures.
Also Known As has also had a great impact on shaping my adoptee and cultural identity. It put me in contact with a number of international adoptees and really helped inspire me to return to Korea for the first time to attend the 2023 IKE Gathering. Having a social network of international adoptees who were also in Korea at the same time was really beneficial to have that network and support of people who were able to talk to me and give me guidance and advice when traveling back to Korea and meeting my birth family for the first time.
Also Known As has been a very integral part of me finding my Korean identity. Take your time. Everybody's journey is a little bit different, but we can all kind of share in those things together, and that will bring us closer as a community.
We all have these pieces, like a lot of them are missing. Some of them we have like half-answered questions, and some of them really don't make sense. But I think the one thing that's really set me free is taking all the pieces I do have and creating this beautiful collage or mural of who I am right now and who I want to be, and looking at it in maybe 3 different lights: is the past, the present, and the future. I'm kind of merging them together to create this version of who I am and where I'm going.
Prioritize building supportive networks for one another. Tensions in the broader society are reverberating within our community. We need to take space to talk about these feelings. But before you build for others, it is essential. Prioritize your own well-being first. This will enhance your capacity to provide support and foster meaningful connections.
If there was any advice that I had for the next generation of adoptee leaders, it would be to really get curious and come together through that safe space of common experience, really try to appreciate and help one another discover the nuance and the differences within your own experiences. And I think it just really opens up doors to debunking certain preconceived notions you might have had, even within the adoptee community. Just like we want non-adopted people to be more sensitive and not just assume about our experience, I think we can afford to do a bit more of that within this beautiful adoptee community.
We all have the same shared beginning. There's no need for explanation, and because of this magical connection we have in each other, we also can sometimes dig deep into the dark parts of our adoptee souls. A lot of gratitude and respect for all the facilitators of the adoptee forums at the time. You really make a difference.
Knowing that I had the adoptee community to lean on, that I had them for support and love and care has been so meaningful to me as my journey continues to grow and evolve and change. Thank you, also known as, for all that you've done for the last 30 years, for all of the adoptees, and I look forward to all the work you will continue to do. Happy anniversary.
I am so grateful to be part of this community. Thank you so much. Happy 30th to AKA.
Happy anniversary, also known as.
And happy 30th.
Happy 30th anniversary, also known as.
Congratulations to AKA on 30 years of community, care, and impact.
Cheers to 30 years and to 30 more years to come. Yay!